All right, I think we are live. Greetings, fellow and future star citizens. Gray-headed gamer here, and welcome to my very first ever live stream. Not so sober Saturday. Uh, Glad y'all could join me. Thanks for joining me. Tonight we're gonna hang out with Eric Crow, a content creator. Uh, how you doing, Eric? Oh, I think you're still muted, bud.
Doing good, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. So once again, guys, thanks for joining, and I guess we'll go ahead and get started. The main reason for me switching over to Twitch was CryEngine has gotten to a point now where I'm really having a problem using all the Star Citizen assets in the CryEngine that we have available. CIG has altered the CryEngine so much that it's really tough now for anyone to use the assets that they have actually for the game because of the modified. I believe they're calling it Star Engine. Have you heard anything about that, Eric?
No, sorry.
Well, I think what they've modified the engine so much now that the standard CryEngine just won't run the assets the way they can on their engine. And then with Star Citizen 1.3, the way they're packing the textures and the meshes and all, it's making it basically impossible for us to pull anything out to make videos like we used to. What's up, Rye? How you doing, bud? Uh, hey, while, or I should say before we start, could you let me know how the audio is, the audio levels? What's up, Justin? And how the sync is with the audio and the video, because I've been having problems. This is the very first stream, so we're going to have some issues. So if you just let me know how it looks and make me feel better about the whole situation, because I'm just not sure how this is going to go, being the first time on Twitch. So the whole premise behind this show is to bring in community content creators that are steadily pumping out stuff for us, the community. And they don't get, for at least as far as I'm concerned, they don't get enough of a spotlight. Um, Take for example Eric. He has created something absolutely awesome. I saw it on Reddit. I believe it was first of the week, maybe
Yep.
something like that. And as soon as I saw it, I thought it was amazing. It's definitely something we need, especially with 2.0 coming out real soon. And with someone like Eric who doesn't have, or do you have your own YouTube channel?
No, I don't.
You know, you go on Reddit and it goes on the page for the first, you know, 3 4 days or so, and then it's lost. And that just aggravates the crap out of me because even sometimes I go back and look and I remember seeing something that I thought was really cool, but then I can't go back and find it. So what I want to do is every Saturday is bring on a new content creator that's bringing something for all of us to use. They put in their hard work, and I don't think they're getting enough attention. And the funny thing with Eric over here, I saw his creation, which we're gonna go over here in just a second, and I did a simple comment. I said, "This is awesome," or "This is amazing," something like that. And Eric messaged me and said, "Hey man, if you want to use it, maybe in a video or something like that, give it a spotlight, that'd be great." And I was in the process of putting together this Twitch channel, and I said, "Screw that, let's just do a live stream, because this is exactly the thing I want to do, and what he's created is awesome. It's absolutely awesome." And let me go ahead and put up. Let's see. Here is his creation, the multi-ship revenue sharing calculator, and we're gonna get to that real soon. First thing we're gonna do is, to everyone watching, cheers, salute. Tonight I'm going to be enjoying a nice Guinness Stout. Mr. Eric, cheers, buddy.
Yeah, I want to mention that any odd comments or nonsense is brought to you in part by Keats, Alexander Keats.
Beautiful. What? I have never seen that. What is that?
Canadian beer, actually.
Beautiful. I think the only Canadian beer I've had is a Molson. But hey,
Yeah,
and
those
I
are good too.
I uh I just got off work 45 minutes ago, guys. So the name of the show is kind of not working right now because it's like really sober Saturday right now. So I'm gonna do my best to catch up as soon as I can. I'm not gonna get slobber knockered though, because I watch myself on Starcast every once in a while, and I'm like, yeah, it's funny, but I don't want to be that guy, we're gonna enjoy a couple beers, chit chat, Star Citizen, and we'll go from there. And thanks
All right.
everyone that's joined. How y'all doing? Thank you for being here on my first show. Blackhawk,
I'm
you're
at,
not that sober? What's up?
yeah, I'm at number 2 right now.
Beautiful. I've got a couple sitting right here in a little cooler, so I didn't have to get up. So I'm gonna do my best. And my wife shoved a shot down me as soon as I got home. This is my anniversary weekend, so this is how cool my wife is. She's letting me do a Twitch live stream on our anniversary weekend. Of course, I had to work all day, but we're gonna go have a real nice lunch tomorrow morning. So we're gonna make up for
Yeah,
it, I'm sure.
yeah.
But
Treat her well.
yeah, I'd say I've got the greatest wife. So let's get right into it. Uh, you created here. I'm gonna put up the web address up here. It's kind of small, and I'm gonna link it in chat. Matter of fact, I'll link it in chat now. You guys don't leave yet, but there's a link to the post on the Star Citizen Hub. So go in there and give him an upvote, and his other one's up there too. There's actually two calculators.
Yes.
We're gonna go over this one. This is the first one that I saw on Reddit. This is the multi-ship revenue sharing calculator.
Actually,
Uh,
let me stop you right there. You got the crew run, multi-crew, the link.
yeah, the link is actually for the multi-crew hub post. And wouldn't you know, I'm horrible and didn't get the other link.
Uh, no worries.
You, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
do? Let me. I'm supposed to mod up my buddy Rye, Mr. Rye Glitch. There you go, Mr. Rye. You are moderator now, like I promised. If you could jump into the Star Citizen hub and look up Mr. Eric Crow and pull up his multi-ship revenue sharing calculator link, if you don't mind, bud, and post it into chat because you are now super moderator and you can do stuff like that. I think. I don't know how Twitch works. I'm talking out of my ass. I think you can. But the link I posted is for the second one we're going to go over. Now, this first one, I'll do a brief overview because I don't know everything. But what it's for is when a person gets a quest or mission, I think they're going to be calling them, and you get a couple of your friends or some people to be, say, escorts or some. Well, yeah, this one is for like if you're escorting if you, and you have multiple ships running a single mission.
that's correct.
This will divvy up the UEC that you're going to get for that mission, unless CIG does something absolutely spectacular. And if you grab a quest and it maybe generates missions for, yeah, they probably won't. That would be insane because unless you're in a party and it would generate escort quests, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. That would be amazing, but it won't. So what we're going to do is Mr. Crow is going to go over these, and I'm going to like do my little pointer thing, and we'll go over this multi-ship revenue sharing calculator right now. So, Mr. Eric, take it away.
Sure. So, well, first of all, there's a few assumptions to be made. First of all, this is not to be working necessarily with the job well ideas where you have a job and you just do your job and you get your revenue. So maybe you're hired to do an escort and you do your escort. This is more for organization that works together, like you're saying, multiple ships, and how do we break out the pot at the end of the day? Or it could be just a bunch of friends doing the same thing, essentially. Also, a few assumptions that I'm making is that you will assign the right ship for the job. You're not gonna use a, I don't know, 890 jump to do some mining, for example. That just, not just because it just has a bigger price tag than associated with the cutoff of the revenue. That would just not make sense. Also, I make the assumption that the more expensive the ship, the most expensive are the maintenance that will be on it. That's why we're breaking it right now based on the cost of what we get from those different ships. So a ship that is worth more will probably need more maintenance, more repair, and so forth. So that kind of that's what the initial cut, actually, the version 1.0 was like that. And then I had some feedback, and some two enhancement I did thereafter was to add the performance column. So if somebody did some outrageous, great work and they should get a bonus for it, then they can actually add, those are square here, like diamonds, but they're essentially like added stars, if you will, a rating that you can assign people. That's
Right, right.
And then also we have miscellaneous deduction. So if something happened at the higher tier that you have to cut off something out of the revenue right off the top, you can do it there as well. So you have those two options to add. Those are added feature.
Oh, and because your first rendition, you had some suggestions on Reddit, and then you instantly, it seemed like the next day or two, you had a new sheet out, which is awesome. That's what makes people like you amazing, is taking suggestion to heart and changing on the fly. So this is what,
Yeah,
like version like 2.0 kind of maybe.
not 1.1 right now. I don't call it 2.0. It's not that drastic of a change.
Gotcha.
But what is easy to do here? This is actually just an Excel spreadsheet, nothing more. And what I have it is hosted on office.com, and I have it embedded inside a web page. So that allows people also to download it. So there's a download button at the bottom. You don't see it in your screen right now, but it's there. So you
Right
can
down
actually
here.
get the Excel spreadsheet, download it on your local machine, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So that allows people, if they say, you know what, I don't like to work with uh, assigned value based on the price of a ship. I rather just use some other metrics, then go ahead and just change it and use it however you feel. That's kind of the premise here. And so
Awesome.
and the idea is oftentimes, yes, a cargo run would be a good example. There's also, I mean, the org that I'm part of, we go for exploration, salvage, and mining are kind of our focus. So oftentimes the idea is that we'll have a loot, we'll have some gain at the end, and we want to know how to divide it up based on who participated in the work. So that's what I had in the mind frame. And I said, well, okay, so how do we divide it up? And it kind of was, I like to do theory crafting, obviously. And that was kind of the answer that I came up with. And I figured this is something that folks could leverage. And I figured I would just share it to everyone as they want it. Our version that we'll have for our organization will be actually a slight modification from that, because we use, for the exploration sake, we have finder's fees. So instead of an org tax revenue, we'll have a fixed finder's fee that will be assigned to whoever find that asteroid cluster or salvage wreck or whatever. So that person that find it gets a bonus out of this. So we'll have it calculated in the spreadsheet as well.
Nice. And
So
and so this is just Excel.
yeah, that's what it is.
Damn, I use Excel to make little spreadsheets at my job to know where certain things are racked, but mine are just big white sheets with numbers on one side and numbers on the other. I didn't know it could do all this. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I like to play with Excel, I must say.
And this is awesome. Something that I think is really funny too is Sunday. I think it was. It might have been Saturday. I was in AC. Actually, I was in the hangar with a few of my patrons and a couple of my organization members, and we were going to try to play some Arena Commander. And it actually came up about 2.0 releasing and how we're going to divvy up if someone, is there going to be a going rate for an escort, or do you take the initial reward for the mission and split it equally? And when I went on to Reddit and seen your post, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was my buddy Wild Guns that brought this up. I actually went on Reddit and clicked on that link, and I instantly looked up to see who posted it because I was thinking, there's no way this is a coincidence that this popped up, and I thought my buddy Wild Guns had threw something together, but it was just a crazy coincidence. We were thinking the main reason we brought it up is because they said they're gonna give us a party system, and we were wondering if you're in a party and one person takes a mission, will everyone be offered to share that mission? Kind of like a lot of MMOs, when you have a quest, if you go into a party, you can share the quest, and everyone gets that quest. And that's what we were wondering, is how it's going to work with multiple people on a mission. And this right here basically solves the issue if they don't have something in game that actually does this. So there you go. And
Yeah,
being done just in Excel, this blows my mind. It looks so technical. I was going to ask you what your background is, if this was the HTML or if it was X, whatever kind of language you're C++, freaking
Well, I
Excel.
yeah, I was actually starting to work with JavaScript and HTML. I mean, I'm not a hard heavyweight developer in any shape or form, just very lightweight. I do some business analysis work and I have to be aware and knowledgeable about that stuff to a certain extent. And so I was looking into building that using just plain HTML5 and so forth. And I was like, this was starting to be complicated. And I already had the version working in Google Docs. And I was like, I wish, I could just share it. But if I share it in Google Docs, then everyone can modify my spreadsheet and I
Right.
cannot just share it, in a way that people can use it. And then I ran across on the Googling stuff, I ran across a post that was showing me how to actually host a spreadsheet. I was like, here we go. That's gonna take me like no time at all to set it up and get it running. And that's what I did. I did it over the weekend. It was done.
Wow. That's it. Like I said, you can't. I seriously, these are the things that matter. You know, I've I've made a lot of videos, and they're all for fun. They're all for Flash. They're all to keep me involved with Star Citizen, and that's it. When you actually do something functional like this, and it can actually be used in game, and it holds value as far as this is a tool, and we need tools like this. This is what makes this community amazing. People are taking this game so seriously, and that's what I love, because I am too. I want to have fun in it, but also, this right here simplifies a process that normally I would do it D&D style, and I would hand write down, this is that, all right, 10% for you, we'll do this, this solves a lot of it. So now with this calculator, you can divvy it up between the ships involved in that quest mission,
Yep.
set the performance, how much participation they had, which the participation sets the score, right? Beside there, or no?
Uh, no, that is participation time. So let's say that I had an escort, but the guy was, only online for half the time. So you could put 50% on that person, and then obviously they're only going to be available for that 50%. So they'll be cut in half essentially
Oh,
their
yep,
share
I see
because
that. Yep,
real life happens. And
absolutely.
or maybe it's just because you had the escort only for traversing two systems and all the rest was under, lawful territories and there was no need to have an escort,
Right, right.
for example. So depending on what happened. And yeah, you can add more ships to the list there and then if you want to add performance, you can add performance as well. So yeah, just add the max here. You can put a name just for reference so people know who that ship was for. You got the wrong column, I think here.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I messed
and
up.
that's fine. And then if you add performance, well, the performance, if you give everyone a 3 diamonds, well, they're still going to be the same thing as if they had 1 diamond each. It doesn't change anything.
Gotcha. Well,
But
since I was in my freelancer max, I get 5 stars and 100%. So everyone
yeah,
else, I'm sorry, everyone else gets 50% of 1 star. I'm taking the loot, and I'm running. Leroy Jenkins.
yeah. So exactly. But here's just to understand the performance here, the diamonds is actually a multiplier. So it's 1, 2, time 3, time 4, time 5. So
Gotcha.
so
So,
it's
oh,
it
I see what you're saying. If everyone has 3 stars, then you might as well just keep everyone at 1 star.
exactly.
Gotcha.
So I mean, I decided to keep it 1 star to start with, as opposed to put everyone at 3 stars, and then people kind of downgrade each other and so forth. I like the upvote as opposed to downvote kind of the idea.
Right, right.
But yeah, and that's it. So this is fairly simple. And I have at the top here, obviously, the org tax revenue. So assuming that the org has a tax that could be
Yes.
applicable and all those things. But this sheet is actually fairly simple. Um, there's not too much to it. And I had some arguments, some folks were saying, like, oh, I'd rather have split between all the players equally,
But
or players and NPCs. So if let's say somebody has a ship with 2 NPCs, well, then he would have 3 shares and so forth. But they all account for profit already be taken out of it. And I'm like, at that point, it's too premature. In my mind, you first have a pot that you need to split amongst the ships that were participating. If you have if you're in the negative, then you just have a smaller part than what your profit is, and you'll have to, you know, suffer the loss equally or to certain share. And so that's why I also prefer at this point, because that's the only better measure. I mean, in the future, we might have better metrics than the cost of the ship in US dollar. Maybe in UEC, for example, might, you know, based on supply and demand, will
Right?
change the value of those chips. So we might just
Absolutely.
use that. But
All right, so we got a couple people over here. Oh, hey, Sir Thorfinn. What's up, buddy? He wants to know, what does the score mean? Now, isn't that a culmination of participation time, performance, just everything together to kind of give you an arbitrary number of of a score
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing?
At version 1.0, it was actually weighting, and because it's the weight in the equation, but some people were confusing it with the weight of the cargo. And
Right.
so I just put score instead just to make it kind of,
Right, right. And you could have that to post say, "Oh, you got a pretty decent score on the last run. I'll bring you back in on the next run." And Rye Glitch was saying it's kind of like DKP but better. If you know
uh,
what
I don't know what DKP, I heard that before, but I don't know what it is.
I forget what it stands for, but we used it in WoW. When we were playing in WoW, you gain DKP with participation in raids and stuff, and then that's how you got into the next raids was by
Gotcha.
participating. So,
Gotcha.
Rye, I think yes, it's the exact,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah, Blackhawk actually asked the question. I answered already, but if the org, his org could actually use it, and yeah, I mean, by all means, you guys can. I mean, you can actually use it for your org as is, or if you want a modified version, you can download my spreadsheet and you can actually host it yourself. I actually could probably put a post on how to do that. I don't know where would be the best platform for that, but yeah, I could post a little to do how to. Post on office.com.
Cool. And by the way, DKP is Dragon Kill Points. Thank you,
Okay.
Rye. Rye is my Rye, Thorfinn, and Dariel are my go-to guys. They keep me in the know because I'm kind of old and I don't know a lot of this stuff. Here's number 2. I'm trying to catch up with you, bud. Oh, that's a beautiful sound, Mr. Eric. Cheers.
Joe, cheers.
Oh, that's beautiful. So
Mhm.
now that we have split between the ships involved, and my freelancer Max did get the biggest share, then I get an email today from Mr. Crow, and he said, "Oh, by the way, now we have this multi-ship revenue sharing calculator for individuals. So once you are split between your ships, now you can use this spreadsheet.
Yeah.
This
Uh,
that's what it's called, right? A spreadsheet?
multi-ship. It should. Did I have a typo here? It should be
Yes, you had.
multi-crew.
Yep,
Yeah. Thank you very much.
no problem.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't notice that. Let me fix it. You know what? I'll do it online while we're here, if you don't mind. We will.
Blackhawk's old too. Yay.
Yeah. Don't worry. Give me just a second here.
No problem. All right, so this is actually supposed to be the multi-crew revenue sharing
Yeah.
calculator. And once again, once you split it between the ships involved in the mission, then you can come here and if you are running multi-crew and you have uh, 4 people on your ship,
Yep.
this is how you will spread out what you got as far as revenue per ship or your ship, your part of it, and you'll go through this. And what's cool is I haven't even got to look at this one yet, so we're gonna go over this one together. Mr. Eric, take it from here.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Bear with me, just 1 second. I'll fix it. Um,
All right. Oh, I'll have to just probably refresh it. You tell me when you're ready. What's
yep.
up, Dario? I didn't notice you were in here.
It's just gonna take a second to upload, and it will be changing the hosted page. All right, should be good. Let me check, confirm.
Mine still says multi-ship.
Yeah, let
I
me.
might have refreshed too
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. Refresh again. It should be good now.
Ah, there we go. Now
Yeah.
we are in the multi-crew revenue sharing calculator. Excellent.
Yep. So
All
yeah,
right,
so
so we'll start
this
at the very top.
yeah, this one took me a little bit longer to build actually. I put maybe 5 hours into it. So because it's a little bit more complex. The idea is that you get a revenue, which is coming from your previous spreadsheet. You're the ship owner, and you want to figure out how you split, your loot, how with your crew members. If you're a single player, then a single ship, that's not a problem. But then you have to account for some expense. I put something generic here: ammunition, fuel, repair. I assume those are very basic. I could go into more, fine grain, but it's premature to do that at this point
Right.
in time. You have the salaries. The salaries are based on, the folks. So assuming that you're actually gonna give them some money and for their work. So that would be that category. There's a other for the purpose of what it is. And then finally you have your profit, what's left after you remove the expense from your revenue. Now, the owner of the ship might claim a cut out of this. So you might have a certain percentage that, right off the top, that's for the owner of the ship. Maybe the ship owner is not even part of the crew, or even if it's part of the crew, maybe he wants to keep a share because he has more invested than other
Right.
folks.
He's got more to lose because it's his ship.
Correct. So then at the end of the day, you have some remaining profit that can be shared amongst people. So on the you just had, that first bunch at the top left, and next to it you have position and rates. So you actually give the flexibility here on that spreadsheet so people can actually change those position and change the rate to their liking. So captain can be changed to other stuff as well. No, you can't change that cell,
Yeah,
but
I totally misclicked and I got a big box and screwed everything up.
yeah,
All right,
that's
so
good.
we're up here to
Click OK on,
positions.
yeah, click OK on this one and we're good.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can change, like, example, communication could be something else. Or you can add another job. Let's say you want to add a job for e-war. Under security, you can add e-war as an example. Or
Gotcha. Now that's rec per hour. Do you put the hours in? Oh, down there. Oh, no,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go, keep going.
yeah. So you can add positions as you see fit. I don't know
And
if you,
you can add stuff actually.
yeah,
Let's
under
say
under security, add you know,
e-war.
e-war. Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
and we're gonna give them 143.54 because that's the going rate. Oh, and it automatically rounds the number.
Oh yeah, I have it now down to the round number. I mean, that could be changed.
That's
I
cool.
could
I was
just
just being silly anyway, so that's awesome.
yeah. So and now if you go to the drop down, let's say you want to add a new position on the list of crew member, add a new crew member.
Okay, we're gonna do. We'll do rye, and then we'll drop down, and they don't have town drunk. Can you just type something in?
Well, if you add it under e-war, it would be there.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm out. I'm gonna add a town drunk, and his share is gonna be three, 3 UEC an hour because Rye likes to screw around a lot. So we're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna come here, town drunk, and but his performance was 5 star because he is an amazing town drunk. And since everyone else put in 10 hours, he probably only put in 3
Go
because the
up
other
one.
time he was told, "Oh God, oh, you're right." You know what the problem is? My microphone is right in the way, and I don't want to move it because this is where I tested my mic, and I'm scared to move anything right now, being my first live stream. All right, there we go. And you're gonna be on a slight delay, so it is set now. 5 star town drunk, and it's Eri. Why is it Eri?
Well, that's
It
what
should
you put there.
just should be Rye.
Yeah. And
There we go.
you could put 10 hours as well. You might be involved at the same amount of time. It doesn't have to
No,
be
he
the
was
same rate.
passed out drunk in the head
Oh, okay.
for the
That
other
explains.
7 hours.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right.
So, right, right, buddy. Sorry. Okay, so now we're going to.
Yeah. So, why is it not showing on the list here? I'm kind of confused. It should be.
Oh, thank you, Star Citizen 12 pack for the follow. Thank you very much. We're at 41 followers now. If we can reach 100 followers, I'm gonna chug an entire bottle of vodka. No, I'm just joking. I'm not really gonna do that, but sure, why not? Oh yeah, I will. All
Um,
right, so
I'm
Town
conf
Drunk at 3.
I'm confused why you're not getting any update. Did I not?
Where is it not updating for you? So I know where to look.
Let me just try something here. Blah, 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 blah.
Thanks for the follow, Zayeth.
Yeah, what I don't understand because your salary is not updating. Mine is updating. I am checking it on the side. I'm doing what you're doing here. Let me check. Yeah, no, I have no issues. Why your salary is not updating? I don't know. It's odd. I'll have to debug that. It's
Uh,
premature. I mean, I just released it this today. I mean, it was like done like at noon, like not even
right,
12
right.
hours ago. So,
Right, and
uh,
you know that
so
that's the thing. You just uploaded this today, so we are. Hey, you know what we're doing? We're bug smashing right now.
it's it's just like Star Citizen, we're
That's right.
releasing stuff and we're debugging afterward.
Hey, it's not gonna work, and hey, guys, this will work by February 2017, no doubt.
No worries. So yeah, so nonetheless, if we carry on, assuming that the salary would be fixed accordingly, because you should have a salary for whoever is putting, time in there as
Right,
little
right.
as, rate he has.
Oh, over here. Now I see it. It was right behind my mic on this side. I see what you're talking about. Hey, thanks for the follow, Stewie Knight. Appreciate it. Yeah, I see where you're saying it's not updating, where it's yes, no, the percentage on this side here.
Yeah, it is on my sheet, so I don't know what to do. Do you want to refresh your sheet and maybe it will work? I'm
Okay,
not sure. I mean,
I'm
I'm sorry
refreshing now.
I'm sorry to do that to you, but
Oh
that's
no,
the only
no,
thing I
that's
can
absolutely
think of.
fine. Let's try this one more time. We're gonna go with Rye, and he's not gonna be the talent drunk this time. He's gonna be security. That might have been the problem. That maybe because I added something.
It shouldn't have. I just tested it with a new position and it was fine. But yeah, let's just
Okay,
add somebody. Yeah.
this time it popped right up. So let me go back up here. We're gonna bug hunt this right now. For the town drunk,
Yeah.
his salary per hour, we're gonna put 5 UEC an hour, and we're gonna come back down here, and this time, who's it gonna be? Who's the town drunk? We're gonna go Blackhawk. Blackhawk is now going to be the town drunk, and he's gonna have. And you know, I kept going column to column and messing up, so that might have screwed it up as well. And he got 3 hours in because he was passed out,
Yeah.
and it did not update.
Okay. So there's a bug here. I'll work on that.
Okay. If you stick with what's up there, it seems to be fine. Maybe it's my per hour.
No, it shouldn't be. I mean, you
No,
can try to
it's not
increase it.
updating.
Yeah. Uh, I know that there's a issue with if the page has been idle for a long time, then it actually doesn't respond as well, but that's more a Microsoft issue than mine.
Right.
But overall, it should update the sheet. So yeah, I'll look into it. Thanks for pointing that out. I'll get to the bottom of it.
Awesome. That'll be 1,000 UEC, please.
Okay, I'll put it on your tab.
Thanks.
So after we have the salary, so this is the salary for the actual, time that they spend. Now we're talking into the fun stuff, the profit.
Yes.
So now we have a few columns here. We have a yes or no because it's not necessarily everyone that will be part of the profit sharing. For example, you could say NPCs don't get profit and
Right.
sharing as opposed to players. So you could have a yes or no defined here. You could also assign a certain percentage. That's one way of sharing. So you could assign an arbitrary value and saying, some people have more than others just by random decision. That's actually the
Gotcha.
most um, restrictive. Actually, you're not showing the entire sheet here in your share view here for some reason. But if you go up at profit sharing method, if you go up, up, up,
Oh, at the very top, yep,
Yeah,
salary.
yeah, you can actually drop down that and you will
Ah,
have
equals
all,
split.
yeah. So based on what you post there, you will have different rendition. That's why it took me more time to do that one because equal split will actually just do that. Equal split. It will figure out you have four people working and then it will split it by four. Then you have the percentage, which will honor the percentage that you put in. It will
Right,
be salary is actually kind of the combination essentially of the position, the performance, and the time. So it takes account those three variables in one shot. You have performance, so that means you only do profit sharing based on position. And finally, you have the time. So if you just want to base it on how much time was spent in the game, then that's what you can use it. So you have those different options to how do you want to split the pie essentially.
beautiful. That is a fantastic way of doing it. Because, like, say if you are playing, like, say if I'm playing with just a bunch of my friends, I would just hit equal split, and once we take out the fuel, the repair, and I'll just split it equally and go with it, even if say Rise in the bathroom, for half the mission. Very good work, man. This right here to me looks like a lot of work.
Like I said, it was about 5, maybe 6 hours max. I have a long commute to work. I have to commute for an hour in the bus, so I can bring my laptop and work on it.
Nice, very nice. All right, so guys, we've gone over these calculators a little bit. I have screwed up quite a bit. There's a few bugs, but Crow's going to work all that out because, like he said, this one here that we're showing right now, he just uploaded today. So, it's 95% ready to rock and roll. So if you've got any questions for Eric or suggestions, anything like that, post them in chat and we'll get to them as we kind of go over it. One thing I do want to say while we are sitting here, you might notice in the top of the stream, I have the French flag up. Guys, keep the entire French people in mind. A absolutely horrible ordeal over there. It's we're not going to get into it, but it's absolutely an eye opener that this is getting bigger, not better. Evil exists. Period. And that's all we're gonna say. Cloudy Howdy, thanks for the follow, buddy. I really appreciate it. So anyway, keep them in mind. If you want to do something, there's a lot of stuff going around on Twitter right now for you to donate. Uh, we did. So do what you can. Just a horrible situation over there.
I feel we have another 9/11 on our hand.
Absolutely. The only thing you could compare this to is 9/11. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, but we had granted it happened on our home turf, so it seems a whole bunch worse." Um and you don't want to compare body counts. It's the act of terror, the act of fear, the act of evil. And this is huge. This is something that I hope it opens the eyes of a lot of people, especially the president of the United States who likes to think that the problem's getting better and ISIS is getting smaller and contained. They are spreading like wildfire. Um, Evil is evil. I'm not going to blame evil is evil. This is crap. We're not going to talk about it no more. That's not what this forum's about. But just keep all those people in mind, guys. And that's why I'm running the flag for that reason. Keep them in your thoughts. So, Mr. Eric, do you have
Yep.
anything else in the works that you are thinking about doing?
Well, just before we go there, we have a few questions in chat. And for example, Star Citizen 12 pack mentioned if you have a lost and you're going at a loss here. Let's say we go back to the sheet for the revenue, the crew, multi-crew.
All right, I'm on it now. You're on a little delay, but I am actually on it now. Oh,
Okay,
I gotta refresh it. I think because I was off the screen too long.
that could be. So if you actually, let's say that you add an expense that is so high in the others, for example, that makes it negatives, that then what you'll notice is that uh, where are you? Are you on the multi-crew revenue now?
Yeah, you're Wait, the multi crew. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, I know.
goodness.
I
There we go.
need better acronyms for those chart. I mean, the name is so long. I was trying to find some cool acronym for that, and I just,
Gotcha.
like,
Oh, thanks for the follow, Silverlight Pony. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome to the very first edition of Not So Sober Saturday. This is Eric Crow over on this side.
I
He
got
created what we're looking at right now. Awesome spreadsheet. And also, anyone that has missed any part of this, is I'm going to upload this onto my YouTube page later. So there you go.
yep.
Eric, sorry to
So,
interrupt. Go right ahead.
yeah, no, just for example, just put other value and just bring it up so that we actually have a negative in the profits.
Okay. Another value as far as
Like in the
in.
expense others put like 10,000.
Oh, gotcha. We'll put 11,000, so we know we are in the red. Boom. All right, we are at negative 5,500 profit, and
Yeah.
everyone's share went to zero.
Yeah, exactly. So what happens is that the remaining profit is down to nothing and by default, and as such, then there's nothing to be shared.
Awesome.
So that was to answer Star Citizen 12 pack.
There you go. So you can be in the red, and you actually have profits in red. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone, if you want to help him give a name to his sheet, you can give suggestions for sure. I'm sure he'll take it into consideration. Can't promise anything, but
No, sure.
so there you go. That, I'll tell you right now, this is what matters. It's not the flashy stuff. It is this right here is what matters. It's functional tools that we can use in the game. And even when 2.0 comes out, we're going to be able to go in and play and have a good time. But I think we're going to be earning rec, and you can't share rec. You can't gift rec
Yeah.
over to another person. So we're not going to be able to use it quite yet, but it's going to be there. Ryglitch wants to know, where can we find you, Eric?
You mean find me? I'm in the RSI site. If you look for Eric Crow.
And he's posting on Reddit. Anybody here that doesn't do the Star Citizen subreddit, you really need to do Star Citizen subreddit. It is my personal opinion, and I'm not trying to down CIG at all, but I prefer going to Reddit, the subreddit for Star Citizen, more than the forums. I don't think I've been on the forums in the past 6 months because of the toxicity that we had not too long ago and the ill-willed moderators that we had. Not all of them. We had some good moderators, but we also had. Let me take a drink, and I'll be blunt. They were asshats, 100% showing favoritism, and they were asshats. On Star Citizen subreddit, it's a very open forum. You still have your trolls, you still have your dickheads, but it's you don't have people that will modify what you see and blocking people out and all that other crap stuff. This is where I found Eric on Reddit. So if you're not on the Reddit the subreddit, do that, please.
Yeah. If you look for Eric Crow, Eric_Crow on the subreddit, you'll find me there. And if you go on RSI site, I'm just Eric Crow without underscore. Also, I would like to point out that the community hub is kind of,
That's a good spot.
mirroring the to finding good stuff that is
Yep.
actually. And I'll just do a shameless pitch here. If you guys can take the time to go and upvote those two calculator, I would appreciate it. Just put some more visibility to those to my work.
Absolutely. Mr. Rye, if you could post those links real quick for me, or whoever's got them. I just realized I don't have my bot running, so we can post links. He's
Oh,
got two on there. He's got the multi crew and the multi ship
yeah. Well,
calculators on there.
I'll do it myself then. Here we go. Oh no, deleted the link. I cannot do it. You're right. The bot's
Oh
running.
no. Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Rightlich.
Yeah, Mr. Rye can do it. Yeah, Blackhawk can do it. Oh, cool. Blackhawk posted it on the test forums as well. Yeah, we want to get this out here because, like I said, for the people that just joined, the premise of this show is to get our Star Citizen content creators on here, and I'm gonna have it recorded on my YouTube channel. That way, I can use my subscribers as well as having it archived, and having the actual creator going over the creation and showing how it's done and how he created it and what it's used for is much better than, say, like, even when I first found it, I didn't know, like, if you look up here, like, I would have never thought to look right here and change this to an equal split or a salary, because there's no little box button unless you click on the actual tab. Excuse the hell out of me. Oh, that was a good, that was a straight Guinness burp. Guinness and pepperoni pizza. That was fantastic. So this, I'm sorry, going off on the. I think the buzz is finally kicking in. Thank goodness. But to have you on here and actually explaining it, it makes it just so much better. And then being able to post it now, and you yourself, you can link to my YouTube page so people can actually see it working. And for prosperity, it's there now. So once you do some changes, and you have what you might consider your final form, your Super Saiyan spreadsheet, then maybe we can revisit it after a few weeks, and we can go back over and you can highlight everything you changed, and once again put it out there for everyone to see.
By all means. Just so we're clear, no, so we're clear. Just want to give you an example. I tried to really I work hard on the multi-crew more than the multi-ship version, which I mean has much more flexibility and so forth. And I just want to run a scenario. For example, the ship I have is an Orion,
Mm-hmm.
and the way I want to run my ship is I want to take a 10% cut off the top, and all the players will be not have any salary whatsoever, but the NPCs will be paid at their going rate, but then only the players will be splitting the profit.
Right. Good deal.
So I have that, all that flexibility on that sheet because I can say the yes, no for profit sharing. I can set their actual rate for depending on the position.
Yep.
So I'll have officer position and non-officer position and so forth. There will be rates or no rates. And I can put my share as the ship owner to have a cut
Beautiful.
of the top. So this gives me that flexibility, but nonetheless, anyone else can have their work done the way they want it.
Beautiful. Now, Stewie Knight just put it in the chat. Uh, you don't always have everybody in one ship. What if you have an escort? So that's where this other form comes in here, Stewie. He has a multi-ship revenue sharing calculator. We showed that at the beginning of the show, and what that does is that splits up the initial cost. Oh shit! Now you're one up on me. Now you're two up on me.
Yep.
Damn it. This splits up the initial cost of the actual mission, and then you switch over to your multi-crew calculator to split up between just who's on your ship. So that way you have two. Ryglitch, Eric Crow, can we change the variables? Which variables? Because I
Uh,
think you can change everything on here.
well, here, everything that is in a light gray, green box is stuff that you can input yourselves. All the others are calculated for you. So in the multi-crew, you can actually change the position and the rate. If you want to go beyond that, let's say you want to change how the spreadsheet works altogether, you can actually download it. So there's a download button, and you can get your own version for your local machine and either host it yourself or just use it locally, either or. But then you can actually, the world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want.
There you go. So if you've got any Excel knowledge at all, other than like my knowledge of making a big white box that has two rows of numbers, then you can go in there and modify the hell out of it. If you scroll down at the bottom, there's like a download button down here, but I have it cut out on uh, the stream window, and I
Yeah.
don't want to change that because, like I said, I'm very new to streaming, and I don't know if I'll screw everything up. So,
Yeah.
Star Citizen 12 pack, if you go with per mission shares and just give ship owners shares, then having multiple ships wouldn't require multiple spreadsheets. True, but then the ship owners, if they have crew members, they would want to split that up as well. So then the ship owners could use the multi-crew revenue calculator for the people they have on their ships, if I'm reading that question right. Because the way I see it working is you use this calculator here, the multi-ship calculator here, for if you've got, say, 5 ships running a mission. Say, like Eric explained this at the beginning too. If you have 5 ships that are going out mining, and you all come back and you sell all the booty, all your ores, and say there's a derelict ship, and you collect stuff, you sell everything. You can split up everything you got off that mission or that fun time out with your buddies, split it between the ships, and then you switch over to your multi crew per ship, and you use this to divvy it out to your crew members.
That is
So,
correct.
if I'm reading that
Yeah,
right, I might
that's
not be reading that right.
that's the idea. I mean, you could use the multi-crew on its own just because let's say that you want to do at the end of the month, for example, and you tally up all the time that every people worked on that ship and then break it off. You don't need to necessarily rely on the multi-ship calculator, but the multi-crew is can be used on its own.
There you go. So these are just tools that you can use them how you want, or you could be like I'm gonna be, if Rye goes out with me, I'll give him 2 UEC, and I'll let him pet my cat in my freelancer max, and I believe he'd be good with that. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he'd be good with that. All right, so unnecessary with shares. Crews get shares based on the role they serve. Doesn't matter what ship they're on. True. If you do just, I see where you're going with that Star Citizen 12 pack. You can just do a 100% share between people. If you've got 4 ships but 20 people, if you want to do an exact split between all 20 people, you can do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not by any mean, I mean, it's not because you have a hammer that everything has to be a nail. This is a tool, depending on the structure you have in your org or your friend and your buddies, then you can use it as you fit. If you want to split it equally amongst all the players, then a simple calculator can do that.
Absolutely. And Blackhawk, you're right. You do not want a cat in 0G. There's a video online where they took cats up in the vomit comet, and they released them. You know how cats always land on their feet? They kind of like did this like really weird spin thing. Dude, they would slice you up so horribly bad. Eric Crow, would you call this done? Hell no. This was just uploaded today. He's still going to be working on it, correct?
Yeah, well, actually, beside the bug, which will be a version 1.1, unless I have any other feedback, I'm probably gonna have it stay as is for a while, for a bit now, unless, I get some very, enlightening ideas or improvement.
Right, right. Because it does have a lot in there, and also we don't have any part of the real game released yet. Even when 2.0 releases, we will have more to do, but there's going to be so many game mechanics that we don't know anything about. We don't know nothing about the economy and how things are going to sell and what you can profit on. So things definitely may change once we get more than just 2.0, because 2.0 is just rec. We're not going to actually be able to earn or spend our UEC that we have. So we're going to have to wait for a beta for that. And then I'm sure Eric can agree things may change then. But for right now, as far as I can tell, Eric, this is amazing. It's a damn good setup.
Thank you. Somebody asking me, Raid Lich is asking me what was your contact info. Now, I mean, I can provide the RSI info if it's actually tied to the same link that you just post. You can click on my profile there, and you
Yeah,
can
just
PM
PM
him.
there.
Yeah, that's probably the best and easiest way. I get notification anytime somebody posts something to me. So,
Right on. Right on. And you are on Twitter, correct? Do you do much
yes.
tweeting?
Yes, to some extent. I mean, much tweeting without actually doing anything. I have it set up with automatic anytime RSI site posts something, I will right away have a tweet about it uh, without me doing anything. So I have a little bot doing that.
What is your Twitter handle?
It's actually my org. It's the Rec Raiders.
Awesome. If you want to post that in chat
I don't think I
at
can, but
well, not a link, just maybe just do the
oh
at
yeah,
Rec
yeah, sure,
Raiders.
yeah.
And we are getting close to the hour mark. I think we're gonna keep this show right around an hour. Um, I truly appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. Uh, there you go, at Rec Raiders on Twitter. If you want to get a hold of Eric, maybe give him suggestions or anything else, uh, PM him on the RSI webpage. You can go to any of the links that Ryglitch has been posting here. And make sure you go on the hub and upvote his spreadsheets. Get some exposure out there. Let everyone know that, this is a kick-ass little deal. Oh, look. Ryglitch is following me. How sweet. I hope you're following me with pants on. Because last time you were following me without pants, and that was absolutely uncalled for. Especially because it was on video and all that. But so, in it, back to being serious, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Eric Crow, multi crew and multi ship revenue sharing calculator. Don't forget, yes, it is on Reddit, Stewie. He has a post on there. Did you post the new one on Reddit also, Eric?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Get on there and upvote it there too. Uh, and guys, don't forget, follow me on Twitter at Grayheaded Gamer with an A, Gray, because I'm American and I say so. Uh, what else do we got going on? I guess that's it. If you missed the beginning of the show, check my YouTube page later on. I'm going to upload this video onto my YouTube page. Um, big thanks to everyone that joined us. Big thanks to you, Mr. Eric, for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And guys, we will see you later.